Back Row Ministry, the world premiere. Mr. Marty coming at you live and direct, looking dapper Dan. What's up, people? What's up, people? All right, so big events happen over this weekend. And one of those events on 112, of course, that Sandy Hook holiday, is that Gematria went down. So the Gematria site just got back up. The developer, designer, he was trying to work with Google to get the site back up. They decided to shut the site down. They did it on purpose. It's all to the gravy. But just another attempt to try to stop people from utilizing Gematria. Those of us who have really gotten to the practice of using the skill and tools and science of Gematria. But it came back up today, actually. So I decided today, let me make sure my picks are solid. Remember now I said I was riding with the Saints. My boy was riding with the Eagles. Of course, the Eagles faced demise. But I said, let me check my Saints and Rams pick. Because if you remember, and go back to earlier videos, we were kind of keying in on the Boston-LA rivalry. And this thing about the supremacy that they kind of were, trying to create with the Boston sports team as far as the dynasty. So I said, let me look at it again. Let me, double check, make sure my Saints pick is solid. And lo and behold, my Saints pick is not solid. My Saints pick was not solid at all. And although I'm still going to ride with the Saints, I'm going to have to go and also throw, for those who, get involved in the gambling aspect, to put some money on the Rams and go back to the idea of the Boston-LA rivalry. And this is something that we started off with earlier this season after the World Series, and kind of before, a little bit after the World Series. We were kind of back and forth on where the LA team win, where Boston win, and Boston won the World Series. The Red Sox win the World Series. So I said, look for the Boston-LA rivalry to continue, and pretty much based it around LeBron James going to LA, the Boston Celtics and their coach, and now we see all these issues in Boston. All of a sudden, we see the dominance of the Golden State Warriors right now. So, but still paying attention to the intricate pieces of this. Remember now, LeBron is still out. He's going to come back at a certain point, and you're going to see LA go on a tear. It's going to happen. But I was like, well, they're putting a lot of focus on Drew Brees, but the Rams are still around. But let me do the numbers. So I always say, do the numbers about 2-3 times. Make sure, though, you do numbers for every game. Don't jump past a game. And see, I hadn't really focused on the championship game. I kind of jumped past that day. And lo and behold, the numbers for that day. Now, the two key numbers is, in this series matchup between the Rams and Saints, they played, I want to say 41, 33, 4. They played 74 games. So inside of itself, that number is already a key number when we talk about the number 74. So they're going to be playing their 75th game, number one. Number two numbers that stand out. One key number that stands out is that this is a day with 33 numerology. Right now, the Rams have lost to the New Orleans Saints 33 times. They have 33 losses going into this game. And they have 41 wins. So 41, we know, is the 13th prime number. January the 20th, the day I'm talking about, has numerology of both 33 and 13. So we're already going in on that. And we already know that's Tom Brady's number going in. So expect to see a drought or a beatdown in Kansas City. But if the Rams win this game, they will have their 42nd win all time over the New Orleans Saints. And it just so happens that January 20th is a date with 42 numerology. So I think there's going to be a big upset when it comes to, it's not really a big upset because they're kind of calling it a revenge game. Remember, the Rams lost to the Saints already. So fitting that Drew Brees and the Saints lose and don't come marching in New Orleans, losing at home to the LA Rams The Rams went on the road and the Patriots went on the road, and gives us that Boston-LA rivalry, which, you know, like I said before, anywhere you went, you still made money. Anywhere you went, you still made money. And this is why you make money with the Rams. The Rams has been the only team that have been in 4 different cities. They were in Cleveland, 3 or 4 cities. Cleveland, St. Louis, LA. They moved around a lot. So people now will be vested in this Boston-LA rivalry due to what happened in the World Series. So of course the LA fans are gonna come out because they want revenge. You know, they want revenge for the LA team. And the Boston fans are gonna come because they're sensing their second step to dominance. If they get the football title, the only one left is basketball, and they would have dominated the sports world between 2018 and 2019, starting with baseball, and they'll finish off slowly but surely with basketball. So the Boston-LA rivalry is something that we started with. I kind of bagged off when I did the Super Bowl numbers, but I'm going back after I properly did the numbers. So remember gematria. One thing you can't do when you're trying to kind of pick an outcome, don't dodge days. Every game you have to approach a certain way. So it was kind of easy getting to the point of the NFC Championship game. We pretty much saw the Saints numbers going good for the Saints, numbers going good for Brady, which they do it for all the time. But we got to the end, I jumped the day, which I shouldn't have did. I should have went to the key parts, and it's kind of hard because you don't know where these games are going to be, and you don't know really what the matchup is going to be. So now that we had the matchup, which is the Saints and Rams, we were able to really look at the matchup, look at it from both sides, look at it from the numbers of, you know, Drew Brees' numbers coming into this game, really no significant numbers going into the game. So, you know, and then look at the coach of the LA Rams. His age is very key to this game as well. So I'm going to say, you know, right now, I'm still rolling with the Saints, but if the Saints go down to the Rams, they didn't have the numbers that day. So good chance that the Rams beat the Saints in New Orleans. I still would like to see, you know, Drew Brees at least get another title. Because right now, if they let the Rams go to the Super Bowl, you know they're already setting it up for the Boston team of the New England Patriots to win that Super Bowl. And it's just this whole script of the dominance of Boston. And that's the part I don't like because, you know, every year we get the same guy. And, you know, possibly his final game, you know, they want him to go out with a Super Bowl championship. It makes sense, but I just want the Brady era to be over. It's very boring. It's very predictable. And it's just dull. So let's watch Rams Boston. Let's go back to our initial LA versus Boston series. For those still riding with the Saints and Drew Brees in the Super Bowl, if he does make it, I got Brees winning. But right now, it looks like we're going to get Boston and LA, what we started off with from the jump here, ladies and gentlemen. So not a predictable thing. It was predictable, but, you know, they kind of threw something else in it, but then they went back to Boston, LA. And we started with this. Like I said, they've been feeding and fueling this Boston, LA series for about 2-3 years, getting the rivalry started back. And now, with this, if they play in the Super Bowl, the rivalry will be one step away from the Boston Celtics versus the LA Lakers. A lot of people right now not seeing it. They seeing Golden State dominance. I'm going to tell you straight up. If Boston and LA play in this Super Bowl, best believe in the NBA Finals are going to be the Boston Celtics and the LA Lakers. They already set it up for us. Mr. Mocky, peace and high grace.